Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by the garden today. We're going to take a little garden tour. Let's check out these Roma tomatoes because they're really starting to take off. You can see the shade cloth we put up last week is really starting to help our tomatoes hold on our flowers here. The tomato flower gets pollinated and pushes out a little tomato. I can't wait to start harvesting all of these Romas. They're getting so big. This is the other Roma tomato plant growing in another 5-gallon container, and you can see we have lots of tomato production starting to come out on these. They look so healthy, and that's because of all the nutrients we put in our containers over the last couple of months. I'll remember to post some links down below so you can see what we've done over the last few months of planting them outside. Let's go take a look at these other little tomatoes down below here, because they are starting to get really beastie. I started these from seed, had them in the container with the other tomatoes, the other Roma tomatoes. These are Roma tomato varieties, and you can see we're starting to flower and we're starting to get produce on this little tomato plant right here. We've got little tomatoes down below, hiding somewhere up in there, but you can see all the flowers. So we're going to have to transplant this little guy into a bigger container. He's going to go in probably a 5.5-gallon container in the next week or so. You can see all those blooms on this little beastie tomato plant right here. So we got to make sure we give it enough room to grow. That's another little tomato plant that we started from seed as well on the left side. We're going to plant that in a 5-gallon bucket or a 5-gallon container just like these two Romas. Let's take a look at my California Wonder peppers because we're starting to get growth all over. You can see the Nature's Organics we put in our soil a couple of weeks ago really helps to hold these blooms and helps us to push out lots and lots of produce. See these peppers down here? These are almost ready to be picked, these California Wonders right here. You can see how big this is. So usually when I pick them, I just twist them, or you can just cut it off right at that point right there. If you cut it off, it probably would be a lot better. So I just recommend cutting that stem off. See that? See that long, thick stem it's on? Just cut that off and you're good to go. We should be able to harvest that other one really soon too. This one's going to be ready soon. These these are not sweet bells. These are California Wonders, so they don't get really fat. They get kind of big and long. You can see they're getting really long. They're not getting really fat like sweet bell peppers get. California Wonder peppers stay a little bit smaller, and they start elongating a little bit, just like this guy in the middle. See how long it's getting instead of growing fat? This is Silver Queen hybrid corn growing on the right, and then we have bicolor corn growing on the left. Let's take a closer look at some of the flowers that are starting to shoot out. You can see all these male flowers starting to push out up top, which are going to end up pollinating the females down below. Let's go take a look at one. So this is what a female cornflower looks like. Those males up above will drop pollen into these little corn silks. Once it grows little hair on it, and then pollinate your corn stalk. After that, your little corn ear should start growing, and you should get some corn. These are my jelly bean tomatoes, which I've been pushing out tomatoes like crazy, and we just got our first harvest yesterday. Those tomatoes tasted so good. Look at those tomatoes on that vine right there. We have more down below, which are ready to be picked, as you can see. Woo, buddy. So delicious. We're going to wait for the rest of these to ripen up. As you can see, they're starting to turn yellow. These are the sunflowers growing in the front of the house. As you can see, they are really starting to get big. We did a little tour and an update on these the other day, and we'll do one in the next week when all of these blooms open. You can see that flag keeps getting stuck on that sunflower because it's so big. Let's take a closer look at some of the blooms because they're so unusual. There's so many different kinds. This one is just opening. I love the way they look when they're half open. So pretty. This is the sunflower. The flag keeps getting caught on, and it's about 7 feet high. I can't believe how big they got. Provided enough room and enough sunlight, your sunflowers should grow to their full potential, just like these. We have a double head on the back of this one, which we're going to be cutting really soon, so let's go take a closer look at the back because it's so unusual. I love the way this one looks from the back. You can see that double head on that one. This is that black looking sunflower we seen the other day, and it came out like a ruby dark violet red to purple. Look at that sunflower right there. Look at that color. I can't believe that. I've never seen a sunflower look like that before. How cool is that? We get to enjoy it right in front of our lanai. I did want to mention one thing. Last night I found a little beetle in the center of this sunflower, burrowing itself in the middle where the seeds form. Well, you got to get that little bugger out of there because those little beetles destroy your sunflowers. They create little holes in your sunflower in the middle and then also tear up the leaves that are on the side, as you can see they did on this one on the right. So just make sure if you find any beetles within your sunflower heads to get them out of there because they like to burrow and hide. Took a little picture last night. We'll show you right now. So just remember to keep an eye out for those little buggers so your hard work doesn't go to waste and they don't tear up your beautiful sunflowers. The only thing I've used in my soil so far is potting mix, blood meal, bone meal, my Nature's Organics, which is a 566, and the Nature's Organics 835. And that's it, you guys. I'll post all that down below so you can see what we've used since the very beginning when we first started growing our garden. Thank you so much for stopping by, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.